I don't know, I like the way you looked. All dressed in black with a rare accessory popping out thanks to the colors. Oh god, you have a fucking pick. Why do you do this to me? Why do you dig out the sins of my past? I was bored. Oh yes, hello, hello, I am here. Rent is due on the 30th. Please make sure your account has the necessary $10,000 or you'll be I still say, ow. That is too much money. Woman marries anime pillow. Oh god. Nobody is actually surprised. I remember a time when wacky stuff like this made a lot of headlines, but even though I'm reporting on it, I can't help but think of how mundane it's become. For wanna marry me? Jill, you can't marry your own son. We're going to work. Good evening. I'm back. Jill, I'm out to get firecrackers. Firecrackers? It's New Year's, right? We need some! Wouldn't firecrackers scare off the Yeah, good idea. Go ahead. I'll be back in a bit. The dictionary has been reading. One sec. Let me get it. Let me get it over here. Here it is. Okay. The one for this one is laconic. Anxiously excited to introduce a friend to something you think is amazing. A classic album, a favorite restaurant, a TV show they're lucky enough to watch for the very first time, which prompts you to continually pull their face for the inevitable rush of awe, only to cringe when you discover all the work's flaws shining through for the very first time. That's a mood. You're just like, oh my god, I get to show you this, and your friend's like, I mean, it's okay, and you're just like, oh god, I'm seeing every single thing that's a problem with this. Fuck. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Woo! The guy that wouldn't come back twice. Yeah, shut up. Oh, it's Ingram. Hello. By any chance, did something fly over here 2 weeks ago? On Friday? Yes. There were lots of weird explosion noises throughout the night. Interesting, so it didn't get far away. Now get me a Mars blast. Sorry, if I may interject. You looking for a fight? Most certainly not. You really think you'd stand a chance? You're like half his size. I can fight dirty. He kills people for a living. ... I can fight dirty. Joe, please, you make me sound like a savage. It would be like me saying that you get people drunk for a living. It's not wrong, but there are better ways of saying stuff like that. You're right. Sorry. And like I said, I'm not looking for a fight. I just noticed you seem to like strong drinks. What about it? Well, to be honest, it's a rare sight in this bar. May I suggest you try a suplex next time? It might be to your liking. Okay, let's try this suplex thing. Right. Let's give Ingram a suplex. Wow, that sounded weird. Good. Good stuff. Like a less burning but punchier pile driver. I'm Ingram. Anyway, I think I saw your face somewhere. Did you perhaps go through a nanomachine expunge? I did, actually. So if I go through the whole thing, rejection, need to hide something? The second one. It's easier to remain undetected when they have no means to track you or your activity. How does the expunge work? You lie in a pressure chamber and they give you a special IV solution. It causes nanomachine rejection while giving you the antibodies needed to prevent them from getting back in. For 5 hours, you're trapped in bed while a horrible pressure builds up in your body and nanomachines are forced out. Ow, that doesn't sound pleasant at all. Oof. They're like little needles all over your body. You feel them in your eyes and your gums and your toes everywhere. Oof. And after all that, they need to implant you with a mechanism that constantly releases the same antibodies. Ow. You're telling me, Jill. Whew. What are you having, Jamie? This is a gut punch. Yeah, I should have figured. Hey, give me one of those. Sure. So where's the antibody unit they stuck you with, Jamie? Inside, like all other maintenance systems. It can be troublesome at times, but the perks of not having nanomachines in the body outweigh the cons. I'm surprised that these two are kinda sorta becoming friends, by the way. I never expected Ingram and Jamie, of all people, to start talking. And the rest of the enhancements, were you reconstructed or have you been adding them over time? Over time, either by getting a much needed enhancement or through fixing injuries. I see. Well, it was a pleasure, Jamie, but I gotta leave. Nice meeting you, Ingram. Please come again. Don't count on it. You've said that twice. Shut up. Called him out on his shit. Good. Seemed like a nice guy. Right. I won't call him a bastard, but he's not the nicest in the bunch. Maybe you caught him on a bad day. Nah, I think you're just that good at bringing out the nicer side of people. Oddly enough. That guy tires the hell out of me. Oh no, Alma, what are you laughing about this time? Someone's in a good mood. Give me a bad touch, will you? That way you'll be in a good mood too. Here you go. Here. Jill, you have such a petty sense of humor. Guilty as charged. So what put you in a good mood? Today my sister was supposed to be in court for all the custody proceedings. Of course, not only does she show up later than her husband and drunk at the- oh my god. But also dressed like she got fucked in the back of a parking lot? What? I have no words for this. I'm done. Peace, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm kidding. Oh my god, though. Ew. And to top it off, she forgot to even bring her kids. Oh my god! Luckily, my parents brought them to court. The judge assigned the kids to my parents for the time being. When they came back to the house and Diana started to throw a temper tantrum, she said it was lucky her husband didn't get the kids because the angst would make her jump onto the highway. So Eva comes and says, then make sure it kills you because we aren't dealing with you as a cripple. I shouldn't reinforce that behavior, but oh my god. I don't know, maybe it was the timing, but I've been laughing for an hour now. You have quite the animosity for Diana, don't you? She and I used to be the closest friends when I was 7 or 8. We played all the time. We even slept on the same bed for a while. Then she turned into a teen. We stopped playing. She had other things she wanted to do. I could forgive all of that. I mean, the age difference and all. But there's something in particular I still can't forgive. It was a day she invited her friends to the house, and I went to ask her something. As I was leaving, one of her friends asked if I was her sister, and she said she had no little sisters. I think that was the moment that finally broke the pedestal I held her on. I admire her as much as a kid could admire someone, you know? Little by little, that admiration wore off until we finally reached that breaking point. I felt betrayed. And you haven't been able to forgive her after 40 years? It's not that I still hold a grudge against her, but rather, the Diana who said all those things so many years ago is the same Diana I know today. She hasn't matured one bit. She's still as selfish, childish, and immature as she was back then. So aside from destroying any admiration I held from her, she's made sure not to fix that impression. But enough about me. How are you? Everything's fine aside from this note. Remember how I told you I lashed out at my dead ex's sister? Yeah. I got this note from her. Let's see. Wow, she must really feel bad about the whole thing. As do I. So what's the problem then? The same fear that drove me away from her in the first place. Right. Give me a Brandini, would you? There's a little story I want to tell you. Right. Alright. This is the thing. Let's start. Boo! Oh, hell no. This is the story of a girl who grew up disillusioned with one of her sisters. Soon it became animosity, and not long after that she distanced herself completely from said sister. With time, that girl would become attached to her eldest sister, looking up to her achievements. All I can look at right now are those boobs. Hi, Anna. Not now. Said sister would even marry the girl's best friend not soon after, and after the girl went into college, said sister would quit her job. The sister was worried sick about leaving her baby kid alone, prompting her to quit her high-ranking job. The girl, even as an adult, felt betrayed. Her role model sister went against everything she held her in high esteem for. She was no longer a child, and yet she felt like part of her had crumbled. Hey Joe, I can lift her sweater. Do you want to see? I bet you want to see. Alright, enough. Enough? Shit. Peace out. I know the girl is you and the sister is your eldest sister. Please get to the point. Right. The point is, if you don't face her, she will be heavily disappointed. She's trying to make amends with you. That must take courage. Lots of it. So tell me, did you and this Gaby girl get along? Oh yeah. I never had brothers and sisters, but once Lenore introduced me to her as her sister-in-law, she got so excited about having a new sister that she clung to me a lot. I helped her in her studies, read books with her, played with her a lot. She was pretty much my sister too. I have to leave, but I'll tell you this. As both a big and little sister, if you don't grant that girl the chance of talking to you, I'll never forgive you. Let's see. Oh, there's a small New Year's party this Saturday if you're interested. Oh, sure, I'll be here. Remember, I won't forgive you! Yeah. I'll go take my break. Alright. Wow, you were there? You were quite absorbed in the conversation just now. Jamie even said goodbye to you, didn't you hear? Anyway, call me if anything comes up. Jill, a kid's looking for you. Oh, shit. Hey. Ah, Norma. Phew. You're back. Oh, fuck you. You do know I'm not giving you any drinks, right? Crap, I said it out loud. Yeah, actually, I wanted to thank you. Phew, she thought it was for her. Thank me? Well, for starters, by not complying and giving me alcohol. Everything else would have fallen apart if I had some. Oh, so responsible, Joe. I kind of faced my mom and told her about all the pressure she was putting on me, and said I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do. And? Well, she didn't speak to me for 2 days. After that, she told me that it'd be a waste to spend money in a university just for me to not give it my all. So she told me to still go to the college course, but that I was free to explore. Glad to hear that. And, well, I wanted to thank you for that. Me? If I just rushed headfirst into my original plan, things would have gotten ugly. And you were right, I wouldn't be hurting her for the sake of hurting. So, thank you. Don't worry about it. I'll leave before it's too late outside. Be careful. Aw, so sweet. Shut up. Hey Joe, do you hate me? Hate is a harsh word. It's not against you directly, but rather the fact that only I can see you. Would you lighten up if I showed you can interact with the environment? Maybe it'll spook me, but let's try. There! Can't see anything. Oh, she changed the color of the outside. Oh my god. We got a Monty Python reference right off the fucking bat. Nobody expects to... DOROTHINQUISITION? DOROTHINQUISITION, DOROTHINQUISITION, DOROTHINQUISITION. Ouch! I bizzed my tongue. Can't believe I'm using spare tongue so early in the night. Ahem. Honey! Ah, hey Dorothy. I'm making a quick stop for a drink. Can I get a fluffy dream? Sure. Thanks! Oh yeah, before you leave. What, are you guys throwing a New Year's party too? Yep. Sure, I'll be here then. Well, I've got things to do, so... You do? Who does what? Sorry, I sneezed. Weird sneezes. Anyway, I'm out for now. Oh yeah, Joe? Take care of Becky, please. Man, she was in a rush. Okay, fuck that noise. Hi, Dana! Fireworks are sold out everywhere. I'll need to get them through more shady means. God damn it! Dana! No, she's gonna buy them from the internet. She'll find them and put us all at risk of burning. I'll make sure there's an extra extinguisher at hand. Sorry, what did you ask me? Do you know why they call them cat boomers? You do know why cat boomers look like that, right? Because they went through some anti-nanomachine rejection treatment while they were still a fetus, right? It's called the Yamazaki-Romanov treatment. Let's call it the catification procedure. It was not only the first successful genetic treatment on a fetus, but it was also the first way to fight nanomachine rejection. However, that research had a bit of a rocky story. Funding got cut in the middle of it at a critical point that could make or break the whole thing, not to mention Zaibatsu Corp's record for not addressing nanomachine rejection at all. The rest of the research was funded by Maki Stengovich. He's a businessman whose unborn daughter was diagnosed with early nanomachine rejection. Stengovich funded the research, and in a desperate move, his wife offered herself and her daughter as test objects. Of course, the experiment was a success. The girl, Silva Stengovich, didn't die. She became a living testament of scientific breakthrough. But then the story about how things played out for Silva got sensationalized by the media and created a weird fad. Parents made their unborn children go through the catification process even if they had no ailments at all. A whole generation of kids with those cat-like protrusions got born. And their parents got called cat boomers? A generation of parents obsessed with those cat-like features. The fad quickly passed, but the term remained in use. Eventually, cat boomer just started being used for people with the protrusions instead of their parents. You keep calling them protrusions, why is that? You didn't think those things on their head were ears, right? You really thought they were functional ears, huh? Let's say I learned quite a bit today, thank you. I love the line, all booze and no firecrackers makes Dana a dull girl. Wearing socks with sandals in public is now a crime. Okay, so we've got almost everything, but we're still missing a couple of things for Saturday. And so I designate you, Gillian Applegate, as the official guy who goes to buy the rest of the stuff. Why me? I could send Jill, but I wouldn't dare send a lady by herself. And I could go with her, but I believe the bar should have at least 2 people in the vicinity at all times. Fine, give me that list. Something tells me you're planning something, boss. Did you know Gil has a crush? He what? A client of his, a girl that owns a bazaar. She's been coming on to him for ages and he's only just started opening up. And so the errands will take him to the bazaar, I take it. That's right! Oh, you sneaky bitch! Alright then, to the office I go! As for me... Alright. Gil with a crush, huh? This place, great! Oh, if it isn't... It's Miki! She's back! Guys, we got the idol back! Hello! Yay! Hey Jill, sorry, but is there anywhere I can hide? There's an unpleasant guy on my trail. Boss, stalked woman incoming! The door's open! Go ahead, the door to the left. Thanks! Hello there! Oh, hi there! The other one, that's the bathroom. Wait, what's the dog doing in the bathroom? Oh, it's Mr. Donovan! Oh... yeah, Miki's adorable, but this guy's an ass! Oh, the hellhole, perfect. Hey kid, I'll have the usual. Right. Huh, he remembered me after 2 weeks. This seems right. The paper's been a mess lately. You'd think with all that's happening they'd stay and do more reports, but they're all asking for vacations and I can't afford to be understaffed. So I had to come up with some sort of reward for whomever produces the most reports. I see no difference in my feed though. So what brought you here? Oh right, didn't you see a Lilum coming in here? Blue hair, big tits. She's the one from the Encore concert coming up. Not really. Why were you looking for her? Did you want an interview? Not really, just hitting on her. Oh. Are you that bored? Don't you have like a family or something? Have you seen that girl? Hot as tits. Also hot ass and tits. Oh my god. I'm suffering the weirdest combo of being hard as fuck and curious as shit right now. I hate this guy. And so you followed her. Have you had to meet a woman that can resist the charms of Donovan D. Dawson? You're in front of one and I'm guessing you have quite the selective memory. Like I said, don't you have a family or something? A wife, but that woman cheats on me as much as I cheat on her? Oh my god. So that Lilum isn't here, huh? I'll have to find a busty enough replacement tonight or I'll explode. Well, seeing as she's not here, I have no reason to stay. Maybe I'll find someone that looks a bit like her. The guy left. Oh, alright. Thanks for sheltering me, Dana. I hope your sister likes the video. No, thank you! Seems like you had a hearty talk. Your boss is such a fun person. Her sister is a fan of mine, so I recorded a small video for her and took a couple of photos. How nice of you. It's nothing really, and she did hide me, so it's the least I could do. But well, we're here already. Mind giving me something sweet? Sure. Miss Idol wants something sweet. By flavor. Sweet. Let's go with Blue Fairy. Here. Thanks! So do you know why Donovan was following you? I don't, but I wasn't in the mood to deal with him. His questions were a bit over the line last time, too. Not the worst I've dealt with, but I just didn't want to humor him. Seems like he was just trying to come on to you. You don't say. Well, not like he'd have a chance anyway. I'm not into older guys and I'm already committed to a relationship. Wait, you are? It's not common knowledge and the ones that hear try to dismiss it as rumors, but I've been in a relationship with my producer for a while now. Really? We're both single and that kind of stuff is just bound to happen when you spend so much time together. He's a stick in the mud where planning is due, but he's a sweetheart otherwise. I see. You know, I've met 2 fans of yours lately. Really? Both of them seemed so excited when they were talking about you. It was amazing. Hehehehe. Oh my god. I don't like the term fan too much. It strikes me as a bit pretentious in my opinion. Fan evokes an uglier, more pretentious image for me. Well, I've gotta go, but let's have a sparkle star first. Alright. She wants a sparkle star. Here. Sparkling! Well, it's always a pleasure, Jill. Please come again. Will do! Oh, the handsome bartender. Nice to see you. Boss, Gil's back. I'll take my break. Alright. It's Stella! Yay! Greetings. Ah, Stella, what can I get you? I'll go with a Bleeding Jane today. Here you go. Thank you. What brought you here today? Waiting for Say? I came by myself, actually. I was in the area and stopped to say hi. It's pretty interesting, though. When I first saw you, I doubted you'd ever come here again. Well, this place is comfortable, I must admit. So quiet and secluded. It's also clean. Really clean. Gil is the one you can owe that to. The guy takes pride in how clean he keeps things around here. If you ever need a cleaning staff, he's a nice pick. Really? He's a bit out of it today, though. I see. Hey Jill, have you heard of the new gold rush in the city? Gold rush? Everyone is paying small fortunes to get their hands on pieces of white knight suits. In any case, how is it a gold rush? Well, the tech behind the suits was always safely guarded, but after the events at the bank, the suits were remotely shut down, bricking many of them in the process. Many units dropped their armor right there and fled when the lynchings went on. So between the suits becoming glorified paperweights and many white knights going on the run, there ended up being a lot of junk lying around. But the whole scientific community is rejoicing. They're on a race to reverse engineer the suits and take as much technology as possible from them. And of course, even single pieces of the armor fetch a high price these days. Could anyone see any profit from that research to justify those expenses? It's new tech, a whole new field ripe with patents just open for many, so I'd say yes. I mean, the BTC is literally a conglomerate built upon patents and trademarks. I can see how. So I take it you're in a good mood today? Does it show? A bit. I managed to nab a couple of tickets for the Miki Encore concert. Nice! Oh right, as it turns out she was just here. Again? I'm sorry. I can't believe I just missed her. I was surprised too. I was more surprised she remembered my name though. And like last time, she was quite the graceful client. Man, so those rumors about her being really nice in person were actually true? Amazing. That's what made her so famous so quickly. How she's down to earth and totally accessible, making her someone everyone wants to root for. Well, Jill, I gotta go. Always a pleasure. Please come again. Ah, Alma. No hello? Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary over many quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of some one gentle rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door, only this and nothing more. You overdid it. You totally overdid it. I love the Poe reference there. Quote the bartender. I did not. So you like poetry? I had a phase. Oh yeah, there's something I've been wondering about for a while now. Does the name Shadowmaster 69's Chronicles ring any bells? Well, you went pale. No, the name doesn't ring any bells. May 22nd, today my daily card readings told me that I'd meet great change thanks to an old man. My biology teacher told me I had been picked for an inter-school contest with my latest essay. I just knew a scientific theory on the idea of auras was as revolutionary as I thought. Soon I'll bring the world into the occult science singularity. Later entries don't seem to have gone that well, though. Mentions of being laughed at, being lectured on why the essay was wrong. Jill? I made sure to delete that blog. No evidence should be left. I can think of at least 6 different sources off the top of my head that have all that stuff archived. Why? Why? Sheesh, relax. It's not that bad. What do you mean it's not that bad? Don't you realize how embarrassing it all is? We've all been young, Jill. Relax. It's not like you're still like that nowadays. That would have been embarrassing. You're not still like that, right? Gods no, I gave up on the whole occult stuff. It's just that remembering all that stuff is... I don't know, I like the way you looked. All dressed in black with a rare accessory popping out, thanks to the colors. Oh god, you have a fucking pick. Why do you do this to me? Why do you dig out the sins of my past? I was bored. Last Friday I had to take my mind off the whole Diana thing, so I ran a small background check on you. Simple stuff, just checking past internet activity. Please don't run background checks like that. I just used the search engine, you know? I didn't request documents or anything. What led you to the page? You do realize your main mail account everywhere is still the one you used back then, right? Like I said, relax. You were obsessed with occultism. I wanted to kiss all the boys. And I kinda almost accomplished that in middle school, which still sort of haunts me today. Never underestimate the lengths old classmates will go to track you down. Especially if they think you're still the girl that kissed them for fun and they're lonely to boot. We all have things we're not too proud of as adults. Now I know how criminals feel when the evidence is used against them. I have to ask though, why the 69? It was supposed to be 6'9", not 69, like a reference to both Lovers and the Hermit. Jill, there's nobody that would read that as 6'9". I was 12 at the time. Even at 12, I fucking knew what 69 was. Just how innocent were you back then? You have no idea. Say, Alma, speaking of the past, what was your last long-term relationship like? That's sudden. You dug through my past, I've earned the right to dig through yours. Fine, fine. Long-lasting relationships, huh? And then there's Richard. Who? I spent almost 4 years with him. We got along pretty well. We had awesome chemistry. I truly loved him. But as time went by, there was a rift that started separating us. He just didn't like my family. He didn't? Moreover, he wasn't a family person. He distanced himself from his own and voiced that he didn't want kids. There was a part of me that wanted to believe, even if just for a little bit, that maybe he'd change his mind. But as much as I loved him, that one detail brought a growing gap between us. And at one point, I just had to break up with him. But I'm not here to depress you. Bring me a beer, will you? Sure. Well then. Thanks for telling me that, by the way. Don't mention it. Okay, one more question and we're even. Wow, you really are embarrassed of that blog, huh? Sure, ask away. At what age did you get those implants in your boobs? Oh my god. Jill, I love you and I know you're saying that in jest. But I've lived through so many rumors about me getting plastic surgery that I can't and won't take it as a joke. As such, I'm honoring our friendship. I'll just say this. They're real and they're spectacular. Now ask the real question before I slap you. I'll grant you one and only one chance to call me by my full name as compensation then. I gladly take your offer. It's funny that you mentioned slapping because my real question was, why did you get your hands chopped? Hehe, chopped. The first is that I spend lots of time typing and these replacements help me avoid carpal tunnel syndrome. Oh, there's other utilities like how I can interface with many devices. For example, there's a tiny computer embedded in my glasses. If I move my index finger, it acts like the computer's cursor. So are we cool now? Are we even now? Are we? You were pretty pissed about my comment regarding your boobs. Again, I'm sorry. It sounded a lot less rude in my head. Yeah, don't worry about that. Besides, I get to call you Julian once. Now you don't. Why? You just called me by my full name. Are you serious? One chance and only one chance and you just used it up. Damn it! Surprise! Hey, well, this might be a weird tangent, but do you believe in ghosts? Hey, not particularly, no. Although there was this paper I read once that was quite interesting. It proposed a scenario where nanomachine clusters would leave the body after death, and then it acted as a collective hive mind through residual brainwaves. The result would basically be an image not unlike a hologram. Of course, the hypothesis fell through because such nanomachine density is impossible in a body. Even 5% of the amount needed is enough to make the blood too dense for the heart. Don't give me that look, it's not my fault you're convinced yourself that you're crazy. Well, I'll leave then. See you tomorrow. See ya. All done? I am. What about you, Gil? For some reason, the idle girl left him like that, it seems. You think? It might have been while he was out. True. Alright, awesome. I have enough to pay my rent! Who would have thought we'd get a bona fide idol in the bar as the bonus this time, it looks like. The rent has been paid! She did a thing on Valhalla. We're probably gonna get some crazy people here tonight. Oh god. The name sounds silly and a bit hard to pronounce. Good thing it's actually called Valhalla. The funny numbers and letters are just a code. Anyway, I visited this cute and small bar downtown twice after getting lost for a bit. I think the area was called Neon District. At first it was a bit scary because I forgot my way back, but once I got in there, I felt really safe and at home. The bartenders are a bunch of sweethearts, and the boss was such a class act. I even took a photo with her and sent a video to her little sister. I look forward to visiting again. The drinks are very tasty, even though they weren't made of real alcohol.